Imagine two people, Jake and Emily. Jake earns a six-figure salary and Emily makes much less. But here's the surprising part. Jake saves money effortlessly, while Emily struggles to save even a little. It's not because Emily is careless or bad with money. The truth is, saving isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how you manage what you have. Many people believe that if they just made more money, saving would be easier. But studies show that even high-income earners can end up broke, while some low-income earners manage to build wealth. So, what's the difference? The answer lies in mindset, habits, and systems, not just income. Wealthy people have learned how to make saving automatic. They don't rely on willpower. Instead, they use smart strategies to make sure their money grows without effort. On the other hand, people with lower incomes often face financial stress, making it harder to think long-term. In this video, we'll explore why the rich save money better than the poor, not just because they earn more, but because they think differently, plan smarter, and use hidden advantages that anyone can adopt. By the end of the video, you'll have powerful insights to improve your own financial future. Number 1. The scarcity trap. Why the poor can't save even when they want to. Maria wakes up before sunrise to get ready for her first job. After an exhausting shift, she rushes to her second job, barely having time to eat. At the end of the month, after paying rent, bills, and groceries, she checks her bank account. Once again, there's nothing left to save. It's not that Maria doesn't want to save, she simply can't. Every time she tries, an unexpected expense, like a car repair or a medical bill, wipes out her progress. This is what economists call the scarcity trap. When people have too little money, they focus on survival. The mind under stress can only think about getting through today, not planning for the future. When every dollar is needed just to cover basic needs, saving feels impossible. Even when extra money comes in, like a tax refund or a bonus, it often gets spent on overdue bills or urgent expenses. Wealthy people, on the other hand, don't experience this kind of financial stress. Because they have extra money, they can make better long-term decisions. They invest, save, and grow their wealth. The poor, stuck in survival mode, can't think about the future when the present is so overwhelming. It's not about being irresponsible. It's about how stress changes decision-making. Studies show that financial pressure lowers cognitive ability, making it harder to plan ahead. Meanwhile, wealthy people don't have to rely on willpower to save. They automate their savings before they even see the money. Maria is not alone. Millions of hardworking people are trapped in this cycle. But breaking free starts with understanding the problem. The way out isn't just about earning more. It's about learning new strategies that take control away from stress and put it back into your hands. Number 2. How the wealthy use invisible money habits to build wealth. David is a corporate executive who never worries about money. But here's the interesting part. He doesn't even think about saving. It just happens. Every month, a portion of his paycheck automatically goes into his retirement fund. His investments grow without him checking them. His savings increase without effort. While others struggle to put money aside, David has created a system where wealth builds itself. Wealthy people don't rely on willpower to save money. They know that human nature makes it easy to spend what's in front of us. That's why they remove temptation completely by making saving automatic. Instead of deciding how much to save each month, they set up systems that do it for them. Before they even touch their paycheck, part of it is already set aside for their future. This invisible habit means they don't have to think about saving. It happens in the background. Another secret of the wealthy is that they use tax advantages to keep more of their money. They invest in retirement accounts that lower their taxable income. They buy assets like real estate that appreciate in value while reducing their tax bills. Unlike people who simply work for a paycheck, the rich focus on building wealth through investments that grow over time. The biggest difference between the rich and the poor isn't just income, it's how they handle their money. While most people wait to see what's left over before saving, wealthy individuals pay themselves first. This simple shift means their money works for them, instead of disappearing on bills and expenses. By making their savings and investments automatic, the wealthy build financial security without effort. But for those struggling to save, the world is full of traps that make it even harder. Number 3. Why society sets up the poor to spend, not save. Walk into a payday loan shop, and you'll see bright signs promising fast cash and no credit check. Now, walk into a private wealth management office. The difference is clear. One is designed for people who are struggling, the other for people who are building wealth. But here's the catch. The system pushes more people toward the first option. For those with lower incomes, spending isn't just a habit, it's encouraged at every turn. Credit card companies offer easy approvals with high interest rates. Buy now, pay later services make it tempting to get things now and worry about payments later. Ads constantly tell people they need the latest phone, clothes, or gadgets to feel successful. Meanwhile, banks charge fees for having too little money in an account, and basic financial services cost more for those who can least afford them. The wealthy, on the other hand, are given tools that help them grow their money. They get lower interest rates on loans, access to exclusive investment opportunities, and financial advisors who help them keep more of what they earn. While the rich can borrow money cheaply to buy assets, the poor often borrow money at high interest just to cover basic needs. Even everyday expenses cost more for those with less money. A person with good credit can buy a car with low-interest financing, while someone with bad credit pays thousands more in extra fees over time. Renting an apartment often requires expensive deposits, while homeowners build wealth through property appreciation. The system rewards those who already have money and keeps those without it stuck in a cycle of spending just to get by. Breaking free from this trap takes knowledge and strategy. The key is learning how to think like the wealthy, even without a high income. Number 4. The secret wealthy people know. Money buys options, not just things. Most people think rich people love luxury cars, designer clothes, and big houses. But if you look closely at the truly wealthy, you'll notice something different. Many of them don't spend to impress others, they spend to create freedom. Take Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. He still lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958. He could buy a mansion in any country, but he doesn't, because he understands something most people don't. Money is not about things, it's about choices. When you have money, you don't just buy expensive items. You buy the ability to say no to things you don't want to do. You buy the freedom to quit a job you hate. You buy the security to take risks, start a business, or travel the world. The truly wealthy see money as a tool, not as a way to show off. Meanwhile, many people who are not wealthy spend money in ways that trap them. They buy expensive clothes to look successful. They finance new cars to prove they've made it. They take on debt to keep up with others, only to find themselves working harder just to pay for their past spending. Instead of buying freedom, they buy obligations, monthly payments, interest charges, and financial stress. The rich make a different choice. They put money into things that grow, investments, businesses, and education. They buy assets that make more money over time, because they understand that real wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about having control over your life. If you want to save and build wealth like the rich, it starts with a mindset shift. The goal isn't to buy more, it's to create more options for your future. Number 5. How anyone can adopt the wealthy savings mindset. The good news is you don't need to be rich to start thinking and saving like the wealthy. The key is to change the way you see money and make small shifts that create big results over time. Wealthy people don't wait until the end of the month to save what's left. They pay themselves first. That means before spending on bills, entertainment, or shopping, they set aside a portion of their income for savings and investments. You can do the same, even with a small amount. Instead of waiting to see if anything is left at the end of the month, move a small percentage of your paycheck into savings as soon as you get paid. Another secret is making savings automatic. Wealthy people don't rely on willpower to save, they set up systems that do it for them. You can set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account, so you don't even have to think about it. Over time, these small amounts grow into something big. Shifting your focus from spending to owning is also important. Instead of using money to buy things that lose value, think about how you can put your money into things that grow. Investing, even in small ways, helps your money work for you instead of disappearing on things you don't need. Most importantly, stop seeing money as something just for spending. Start thinking about it as a tool that gives you freedom, security, and choices. Wealth isn't just about having more, it's about using what you have in smarter ways. When you start thinking like the wealthy, saving becomes easier, and your future becomes much brighter. The wealthy don't save better just because they earn more. They save better because they think differently about money. They see it as a tool to create freedom, security, and more opportunities. For many people, saving feels impossible because of financial stress and constant expenses. But the truth is, real wealth doesn't come from spending. It comes from owning and investing in things that grow over time. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.